All right, welcome once again to my YouTube video. And on this video today, we're going to be talking about order blocks. And a lot of people talk about order blocks, but in most cases, people, especially newbies, they get confused on what a true order block is. Now, let me start by defining what an order block is. An order block is actually an institutional reference point in trading in which has two major features. And if those features are not there, then automatically that order block isn't a high probability order block and shouldn't be traded. Now, these are the two components. One, there has to be an impulse in the movement of the price during the close to that period, as well as also creating what? A fair value gap, which some people refer to as an imbalance. Now, let us go into this chart and see how we can identify a true order block. Okay, now on this chart, I've already cited a few. Now you can look at this. This is an impulsive move here. The price move all the way to this point. Can you see creating a lot of gaps? Now these gaps are imbalances in the market, and whatever you're going to do, those gaps have to be refilled, and that is how you'll be able to identify which is what a high probability order block, the points of reference in the market where price is going to return and act on, right? So now let us look at this. For instance, when you look at this, you have another block. If you're going to mark this other block here, you can see that this is it. You have this red candle here. That is how normally it's been represented, right? This candle here, you have an order block here, and then the space in between the three candles here. Can you see? Let me enlarge this so you can see it properly. Okay, so now these points here, this point here is the order block. That is, in a natural sense, that's how you look at it, that this is your order block, right? But then if you're going to look at this as an order block, you're going to fail, because there are a lot of things to consider in this particular case before this now becomes an order block. But in the real sense of it, and in the ordinary sense of it, this may be referred to as an order block, right? So why do we call this an order block? Because there's what? There is the presence of what? A fair value gap. Now this is the gap we're talking about between this point here and the third candle, which is this. You can see there is a gap. Normally every three candle must touch each other. Now in a situation where these gaps are created, then automatically you know that there is an imbalance there is a fair value gap, and that means that what? Any other block around that area might experience some comeback and do some activities around those areas. So that is how you identify what an order block is. Now let us look at this. This is a downtrending market. So when we look at this, how do we identify the real order block that is in operation here right now? Can you see now? How do you identify the real order block here? So this market was coming all the way from this point. Ordinarily, you say this is an order block, right? But there are some features you have to check. Are they there? Okay, before you now conclude that this is really an order block, right? A high probability order block. So when this market was coming down to this point, it get to this point and then came down. Now, this is what we're talking about here. When you look at this last candle here, this last candle here is the order block, right? This is our order block. It has created what? A fair value gap between this candle and that same order block itself. Now it is a high probability order block. Now when you drag your order block all the way to this point here, you discover that your price have been finding it very difficult to cross this point. Can you see? It will cause some form of reaction. Mind you, there is another order block just around here. How do you now spot that order block? You look at it. There is another block here because there is a fair value gap that is yet to be mitigated. When three candles are arranged together, the first candle and the third candle touching each other, then we say what is a mitigated formation. And in a situation where the first and the third candle is not touching each other, then we say what is unmitigated. So if you look at the whole of this environment, there's been a lot of mitigation going on around here, right? So, but at this point here, it's what? There's a fair value gap, right? The fair value gap here, because when you look at it, it's tried to come here to mitigate it, but still it is yet to be mitigated. Can you see? Now, when you come here and you look at this, which here is your order block, then ordinarily you say it's this, because indeed there is an impulsive price and move in the price at this point here, creating a fair value gap. So which makes this order block also an active order block. Now, generally, I'm just showing you how you can spot your order blocks. There is another order block here. So even if the market is able to break this because it's been able to mitigate this particular formation, then there is another order block here. So it has to also mitigate that before it will now start. After breaking that, then it will now start going up to the up direction again. Now, this is just the simplest way to explain this to you. I wouldn't want the video to be too long, but I can go on and on and on to show you. Like for instance, in this case, you can see where is our order block here. Our order block here, we have our order block. Okay, so good. Now this is another order block. You have the fair value gap here. Let me pick them up. This is our fair value gap, and then this is our what? Then this is our other bottom, the fair value gap that has been created, right? And then this is our order block. In our videos, I'll do another video some other time to explain to you how to select the real order block. Sometimes some people will tell you that the order block is actually for your buying order block is the red candle and the selling order block is a green candle. It really doesn't really matter, because sometimes depending on the behavior of the price around a particular area will determine which one in that area becomes the order block. In this particular case, let me just even explain it quickly. In this particular case, you'll find out that the last candle, the red candle before the final slopey, the price crossed beyond that green candle. And if the price went all the way up in terms of what the highest point, or should I, like in the selling case now, the lowest point the price went to here is more than the highest point the price went to in the buying case, then the selling, which is the red, now becomes the order block. So you take your order block all the way from this point, and then you have a perfect order block here. Can you see now? So that is that. You look at this. I'm going to do another video, a comprehensive video about order block, right? And I'm also going to do another video talking about the institutional reference points, the order block, the fair value gaps, and also we talk about the mitigation blocks. We talk about the breaker blocks and whatever. So these are all points in the markets that normally cause some reaction. And when those reactions happen, we normally expect price to behave in a certain way. And that's how we're able to predict the movement of the price from one point to the other. Now, this is it. Can you see now? This is just now let us look at one or two other blocks to drag. Okay, so do have pinpointed these points. Now let's look at this. Is there an order block here? No. Okay, is there an order block here? No. Is there an order block here? Okay, yeah, we have an order block around somewhere around here that is yet to be mitigated, and then that is it. You can see there's another block here, because why? We have an impulsive move in price, and then what? We also have what? A fair value gap created. So that automatically tells us that that's an order block. That points are all going to be tested. Let me remove this. Okay, so this is also an order block which has already been mitigated. So, and then let's look at this. This is okay. So is there an order block here? Yes, because one anyway, some traders do this, but I hardly do it. I always want my fair value gap to be close to whatever reference point I'm about to give. So in this particular case, you find out that the fair value gap is a bit away from the where the point of reference is. So I may want to ignore it. Now let us look at, is there any other block here? Okay, so yes, there's another one here. You can see an impulsive move in price creating a fair value gap, and we now take a red candle. Now in this particular case, again, just like the other one, you can see the price actually went below, the selling, which is supposed to be actually be the red candle, which is actually supposed to be my reference point at this point. So what I do is I take the green candle as my reference point. However, whichever one you take, you can see, but actually it's reacting more on this particular green candle than even the red. So this is how you pick your order blocks. Can you see? This is how you pick your order blocks, right? Like in this particular case, again, look at this. You can see this another order block, right? This is another order block, and you can see the price reacted all the way to those points. Can you see that those are order blocks in the market, and these are areas, institutional reference point, which we expect the big players in the market to actually come in there and begin to do, either to put in their market to sell or to buy or whatever. So that is that. If you have further questions about this order block, please feel free to ask. You can send us an email, put it in a comment, or probably find a way to reach us. We will try our best to ensure that we assist. Thank you very much for watching these videos, and also all other videos that have been running. And then also, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow, don't forget to like. These are the encouragements that we get to be able to give you more of this kind of videos. Thank you very much for watching.